Hey friends, it's me, Frenny, aka Friend the Human,
And Slappa.
and this is Vibes and Delights. How are y'all doing out there? I hope y'all are doing well. It's been a tiresome week, but we are here and we're doing the thing. Y'all, I found this story that was birthday related, and I wanted to tell y'all like a story real quick because Slappa's birthday is coming up. Slappa, what you want to do for your birthday?
Eat.
What you trying to eat though?
I don't know.
You remember what we did last year for your birthday?
We went to Casa Palastra. There was like a how many course meal thing. It was really good.
Yeah, it was like an all you can eat kind of. It wasn't all you can eat though because it was like set.
Well,
it was like family style. They basically
yeah.
serve all of it to you
But you
all
could
at
get
once.
more if you wanted more of something.
Mhm.
But like it was so much, you're not gonna ask for more.
Right, it was a lot. I mean, you know what we did ask for, like it was like was it's like it's not honey, it's what's the other thing? It starts with a A. Go agave? Agave.
Agave.
Isn't that made from like honey or bees or some shit? I don't know. Somebody told me that, and they might have been lying. They made like agave eggs one time. It was really good. But anyway, but like it was like agave ravioli though, and it was like absolutely delicious. I remember we ordered an extra one of those for sure, but I couldn't really eat much of anything because it was like I want to say it was like Mediterranean. Yeah, and they had a lot of cream based sauces and stuff. So I was not, there was like thankfully like a CVS nearby, so I was just like, you know what, we're just gonna chill. We're just gonna chill. And if I die on the way home, at least there's a CVS nearby. At least we don't have to shit in the car. That's like how I felt about it. But I just remember us being like really stoned, like I think they started like the gummies had just like started peaking like right at dessert, and
Nah, it was
like
crazy.
yeah. And like I remember we tried, I don't remember what it was, but it was gross. Like 2 out of 4 were gross. One was like it was like wine cherries or something, or wine cranberries or something like that. It was not, it was good, but it was interesting. It was musky. It was husky. It was like heavy in your chest. But they had like some chocolate mousse and it was delicious. But of course it is because it's fucking mousse. And then they also had like flan, but like I can't have flan like that. So I was like looking at it. It was so pretty, but it would not have been pretty later. But we were like high as fuck, and we were like in this restaurant, and like we're feeding each other mousse, and we're like holding hands, like we almost always are holding hands like underneath this like the camera, but like we were like holding hands, feeding each other like this mousse, and like just giggling, and people were looking at us, and we were just like in our own world, and it was like the greatest shit ever. Slap's birthday is right before Halloween, so we'll be on the lookout for what he might want. But anywho, I found this story about a birthday, and I want to know what y'all think about this. Like, I haven't read it all the way yet. I just read the first couple paragraphs, but I want to know what y'all think about this. Am I the asshole for returning my homemade wife's birthday gift to me and telling her I don't want it? I then went out and bought what I actually wanted. When have you ever gotten something you didn't want?
Well, yeah.
Like what?
There was like those like like the sand timer you flip over, but they had it like filled with like slime or something.
Hmm.
I got one of those ones, and I was like, well, I don't know, what do I even do with this thing?
OMG, like the last time I got something I didn't really fucking want, and it was like visibly like disappointing. So our sibling's sister gave me some dragonflies. Yeah, like some dragonfly lights. And granted, they probably would look so cute if I'm being totally honest, but I'm terrified of bugs and dragonflies and all those kinds of things. And if she had done like 2 seconds of work about me, she would have known that. What's something that everybody knows about me? I'm afraid of bugs. I'm an arachnophobic. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm afraid of the creepy crawlies, okay? And that's what she gave me. for my birthday, and you could tell it was a regift. Like, bitch, keep your ugly light fixtures and stay the fuck away from me. Like, I want to hear y'all's thoughts. Have y'all ever gotten a gift that you didn't fucking want? What happened? I can't wait to hear it in the Discord. Join the Discord.
Join it.
Join it.
Join it.
Is with you. I need an outside opinion on this. This has been an ongoing issue that I have talked to her multiple times about. My wife makes less money than me, and this is the type of people who prefers to make their own gifts for people. The issue is she will do this even if the person doesn't want this. I will use myself as an example. For the past few years, she's made every single gift I have been given. No matter what I asked for, I get a homemade gift. It doesn't matter if it's cheap or not. Last Christmas, I asked for a few new things and I got a homemade scarf. I always get her stuff she wants. I have talked to her about this multiple times. My birthday was yesterday and I asked her to give me a book. It was only $25 and I sent her the link. I opened the gift and she made some homemade bookmarks. It wasn't even the type of bookmarks that I like. They were made from fabric. I like wooden ones. I must have made a face because she asked what was wrong. I told her that I didn't want these. I made it so clear what I wanted, and I've talked to her so many times. I handed them back and went out to buy the book. We had a big fight when I got back, and she claims I'm being ungrateful and a jerk. Man, it is so crazy to me. What do you think about this, Yum Yum?
Giving homemade gifts is like cute and like nice sometimes, but
If they're specifically asking,
yeah, if it doesn't have anything to do with things they
like why couldn't she have bought the gift and
a bookmark.
made the bookmarks,
Right.
right? And that could have been like a gift in tandem. Like, but he mentioned pointedly that he made more than her, right? Are they not sharing finances, I wonder? Somebody asked like the same question I did. How desperate is your wife's income compared to yours? Does she have access? Oh my gosh. Why don't we just read ahead ever?
Nah.
It says I make about 30K more than her. We do have shared accounts and I pay for most things like the mortgage. She makes about 40K before taxes and she has enough money to buy a $25 book. She could also just use the shared account. Wow.
Right.
Okay,
It's
so
weird.
that's weird. I wonder what it really is. I wonder what it is on underneath. Like maybe she doesn't want like feel like it's worth it, or maybe it's some sort of weird trauma where she's only gotten gifts from
Like she feels like buying a gift is meaningless or something.
maybe, and like making gifts, like maybe that's something like from her own childhood. I also had this personal write-in that was sent in to me and it is on the YouTube channel already, so if you're seeing this then you can look on to my YouTube and my TikTok channel to see the rest of the story. But this one, am I the asshole for telling my friend that it's disrespectful to send me naked photos of her? The friend in question is a not out trans woman who keeps sending her super spicy photos. And then ultimately it like started escalating, and she ended up sending her a nude of herself. And the OP, it's pretty obvious that it was very uncomfortable, and I wanted to know what Slappa's take on that was, because I myself was trying to be pretty neutral about it. People applauded me for trying to be neutral, but ultimately were like, no, she's being a fucking creep, right? So what do you think about it?
You're like violating people's boundaries by just sending them nudity
Right.
in general.
Right. Like we have friends who post spicy NSFW, do OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? We have friends who do all that stuff. And every once in a while, one of our friends will reach out and be like, hey, Frenny, can I get your advice on this? It's kind of spicy. I know I don't want, to disrespect your relationship and stuff. And she's always so kind about it. And I'm always like, yeah, girl, let me see. And then we talk about it and we look at the pros and cons of the outfit versus that one. You know what I mean? And it's always something really consensual and constructive to her medium. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that in this house. We always ask. And that's something that I have always said, like, even like when I made the like parasocial rules of the internet, like, remember I tried to put some rules down, and I said that you should always ask before sending anything that could be triggering in any way, shape, or form. Like, you should always ask when you're sending like hate crime videos, like police brutality videos, when people are saying really offhanded shit about a black person, a black woman, you know what I'm saying? Sending videos of something that could be scary. Like, somebody sent me pictures, videos of spiders once, and I was terrified. You know what I mean? Like, that is a known and popular, phobia. So I would always ask before sending those kinds of photos to somebody, those kinds of videos to somebody. So that to me is where it really is why didn't you ask your friend for permission before sending a photo of yourself? It is different, and it's really not that different if you ask me, like, that they found these beautiful photos of these people that they put onto the internet, but I feel like it's a different kind of line when it's your own personal body. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really sure where she was coming from. I wish I knew where that lady was coming from when she sent that photo to the OP.
I don't know. I kind of saw it as she didn't want any photos sent to her, but they were still sending them.
Because the OP didn't speak up soon enough and let it go too far.
Right.
Man, but still, man, I just wish I knew what the hell she was thinking. Because it was a personal write-in, I wanted to read a couple of the responses that were in the Discord channel because, like, yes, I did read it and I did get some responses, but I don't think this person is in my Discord channel, so I wanted to read the responses in there. And then also, please comment in the comment section here that what you think about that story, okay? Or not even here, go to the video that it actually is part of and tell us what you think about that so the OP can get some more advice. In my Discord, one of my mods chimed in and mentioned, "Ooh, that story has me feeling a way or three." I know, friend, I know. It's not a trans or queer issue at all. It's an issue of boundaries and sexual harassment. OP stated her friend wasn't even transitioning yet. So this isn't a look at my progress kind of situation. And that's what I kept thinking of it as. And I totally apologize for that. And those absolutely did not need to be nude photos regardless. Ooh, that's big truth right there. You can show someone your progress without showing them a nude. You can show them your hair growth progress. Maybe you started contouring your makeup differently. You know what I'm saying? Wow, I didn't even think about that. Then they go on to say, plain and simple, it's not okay to send unsolicited nudes or sexually explicit content to anyone, period. Gender doesn't matter. Identity doesn't matter. Consent matters. I think OP is a people pleaser, and I highly suggest working on deconstructing that because it'll make life so much easier. Work on understanding and setting and enforcing healthy boundaries. You had a right to tell her long before it came to this that you were uncomfortable with what she was sending you. The fact that all conversation wound up making its way to spicy, every conversation, tells me she knew exactly what she was doing. She was testing and pushing, and OP finally hit her breaking point. And I was like, thank you, because I didn't know how to say that without sounding terrible. You know what I mean? And thank you so much for articulating that beautifully, honestly. Another person wrote in the Discord saying, it doesn't sound like there was a conversation as to why the photos were sent, unless I missed it. I am quite lifted. Hell yeah, brother. Well, if you can't tell, Slap is pretty lifted right now, too. They go on to say it feels like there was an assumption made based on the transition, but it definitely feels like she was testing her limits with the photos. That's very unfortunate. I'm sorry if that's happened. I think OP is better off now. New friends come and go, that's for sure. And hopefully she'll find better ones. That person is garbage. The person sending unsolicited photos, I mean. I got you. But hell yeah. And then I think there was a few comments on TikTok as well. Go visit my TikTok, look at the link in my bio. You'll see all that stuff. But I can't wait to hear what y'all think about that one. Slappa, you want to read the next one?
Sure.
Slapper's choice.
This was your choice.
I know, it was definitely my choice for him to read. Oh, but I did find this one, and I wasn't going to read it at first because it just sounded weird. But there's an update, and apparently the OP is being an asshole. So let's read it.
Am I overreacting? My wife wearing a revealing bikini at a friend's party.
This dude crashing out. He can't even write a title.
That was a little hard to get through. My wife and I have been together for 2 years now, and it's been mostly okay between us. That's never a good start.
Right?
Like every time it's like, it's been pretty good almost all the time.
Damn. I didn't even catch that.
She's really confident and worked hard on her body, so she likes to get revealing clothes, which I do respect. But when I saw the bikini she got, it was way more revealing than anything she's ever worn. I'm in no way trying to control her, so I always feel the guilt, and I just accept it. It's one of those bikinis that fit tighter and a thong. It doesn't help she got a size smaller, so basically her entire ass is out, and if she bends over at all, it doesn't even really cover her literal booty hole. No other women at the party had a bikini like that, so she really stood out. I noticed many guys eyeing her up, so I asked her if she could put a towel on when we were hanging out drinking, and that's when the heat started. I let it go, didn't want to fight.
I am so shocked that these people are married. Like, if I'm being totally honest with you, he's
Why?
giving vibes like a jealous fuckboy boyfriend. Like he got a baddie, but he doesn't want her looking hot. But also, bathing suits, like getting smaller bathing suits is to keep them shits on. So like, again, I don't know if he even knows how like clothes work. But also, like, I do get it though about the booty hole kind of situation.
Yeah, that's kind of extreme.
Like, but what, like, why was she bending over like that? Or maybe he was looking. Well, I guess if he was looking, others were looking. Like, I don't know. Like, the booty hole thing is a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect it. I get it. But I don't know. You sound weird. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like this should just be something y'all should be able to discuss, and you can't or won't. Like, maybe it's like hard to talk about because it does make you jealous, but like you should be able to like state that to your wife and her
Right.
respond to it, and you try to understand why she wants to go that far with it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's making me jealous. Like, maybe that's too revealing. Can we talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not even doing that.
Right. They're not even having the simplest of conversations. And like, only if only they'd communicate, right? But like, it sounds like therapy, honestly.
We all got in the pool later. Everyone was pretty drunk, including myself. Her bikini started falling apart on the strings since it's too small, and I kept trying to fix it for her. It fucking sucked being in that position. When we got home, I was pretty mad and said some things, making her upset.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Is like, but I understand that he's like upset. You know what I'm saying? It's a real reason to be upset. She was in revealing clothing, and it doesn't seem like the rest of the people were dressed that way, right? But if the way that you're conveying your upsetness is to say disparaging things and be mean, then where is your anger really coming from? You know what I'm saying? Hers is coming from not understanding why you're so mad. You're mad because you're not telling her what's the truth, that you're not okay with it.
Right.
This is like a fundamental like issue to me. This is
Communicate.
right, like this is a fundamental, like I said, I can't believe these people are married, because it quite literally reads like a fuckboy getting mad that his hot girlfriend is getting attention. Like, it reads like that.
Why'd you wear that, Sarah?
Sarah!
Emma!
Oh my God, what a
Emma, you can't wear that out.
that.
No. Your booty hole.
Emma.
But yeah, he's He said some things that made her upset.
Uh-huh.
She's telling me I can't control what she wears and I'm insecure if I'm afraid of someone seeing her body. Okay.
See, that's
That's
what
how she's
she's
reacting because
right.
you're screaming at her about
Right.
it.
She's not
She's like, what the
understanding.
fuck ever, dude? You're yelling at me.
Right.
So I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
Like,
God.
I don't know how to feel or what to do because everything's perfect beside this little thing. It just makes
It
me
came
feel
from nowhere.
it just makes me feel jealous really easily. I'm trying not to be insecure about who sees her body, but I didn't want her basically naked in front of a bunch of her friends and their husbands slash boyfriends. Is this Jonah Hill? I feel like this is
Oh
Jonah
my
Hill writing it
gosh.
anonymously.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Guess what? There's an update.
Oh.
There's an update, but you guys, the OP's account got banned.
Oh.
And it got banned because apparently he was fighting for his life a little too hard in the comment section and might have told on himself a little. So let's read this update and see if we can find some of them comments. You know what I just thought about is like the account's banned, right? So that means we can't even go to his page and look at his comments because his account's been suspended. That shit's crazy. Anyway, let's read this update of this upset guy.
A couple days ago, I posted on here about an issue with my wife of 2 years, and unfortunately, we haven't been able to compromise on this. After we fought that night, she went and stayed with her mother for 2 days so we could both cool off. When she got back, we talked about it, and she's telling me she's proud of her body and just wanted to show off her hard work. Not for anyone in particular, but herself. Again, I tried explaining my side that I disagree with showing our friends her body, but she won't stop with the insecure and controlling BS that she's accusing me of.
This is why I said the therapy, because it's obvious. Like, how is he conveying it so well in words, like on paper? Maybe show this to your fucking wife, you weirdo. Like, goddamn, because like I understand what he's saying, but he can't be saying anything right to her. He can't be.
He's just blowing up at her.
Yeah. And then, and then who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say, like, is he being, like, forthcoming? Like, am I giving him too much leeway? I don't want to necessarily see Taty's an asshole every single day. Like, I mean, like at a pool party when we're just trying to hang out with our partners and shit. I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to be chill and comfy. But I get, like, I don't know, like, I feel like the vibe is like a kickback to me, and we don't do that at kickbacks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's where I'm coming from. She wasn't going to a white party. She wasn't going to a themed party. She wasn't going to a beach party. She was going to a kickback with her friends and her husbands,
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with having like a level of modesty you're comfortable with each other, you know.
Yeah, but also I get it
But
if
that's
these are
something
your
y'all should talk
long-term
about, right?
exactly, like maybe she's comfortable doing this around her long-term friends.
Right.
Like he's not conveying his message.
Like they're not trying to understand each other.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
There's no conversation. They're just yelling how they feel at each other.
And I really think that's I like again, I'm just so shocked
Therapy.
they're married. I'm just so shocked that they even married. They even got to the courthouse.
To the chapel.
To the what?
They're going to the chapel and they're gonna get married.
What?
You don't know that song?
No, sing it for real.
That's the only part I remember.
We'll sing it good.
I don't.
No.
I can't.
Why? Mister, I went to karaoke last night.
Yeah.
Sing it. What is it? What song is it?
Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. I don't know.
Who sings that?
It's probably some old white people song.
Some
Since you
white
don't know
people
it.
song? What does that even mean?
Like some church song or some shit. I don't know.
For real?
I don't know now. That's the only part I know of it.
Is this it?
I don't know.
Going to the chapel.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
And we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get
You never heard this?
Going to the chapel of love.
That's enough of that. Anyway, no, actually, I have not, but it sounds familiar, but it doesn't. I don't know about that. And
I bet your
and
mom
and you know
does.
what's hilarious is you called it some white people shit, and it turned out they're black. But I'd never heard that before. It sounds familiar, like the melody sounds familiar, but yeah, I don't know about that. But all right, go ahead.
She had brought our friends into the argument, which
That's how I know he not talking, bro.
to which of course they support her and are saying I'm being a dick about it. And the whole thing was just funny. Of course they think it's funny because it didn't happen to them. I get them all saying to forget and move on, but that shit was too embarrassing for me, and the way my wife acts about it isn't helping. Many of the comments on my first post were saying she was wrong and maybe consider dropping her. I find it so harsh, but I just want her to understand how I really feel. Would threatening divorce over this be overreacting? I just feel like shit over it. The whole thing has led me to so many suspicions, and I'm going crazy thinking about it. I'm starting to think that she was trying to show someone in particular, especially with her work friends there, which I haven't heard much about them from her other than no one cares / noticed. But at the same time, my genuine good nature wants me to believe her because, like I said, we haven't dealt with anything like this before.
Oh, that kind of changes everything. So, like, well, it really doesn't, but it does make it seem more suspicious. You know what I'm saying?
Of her?
Yes, because, like, in front of your work friends,
Yeah.
your work people, I would not wear a dress like, I would not dress like that in front of my work buddies. Not, nah, nah, nah. I would not wear revealing clothing like that in front of somebody unless I was trying to get something out of them. Okay?
Dang.
I'm
Just
being
like
serious.
that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dang.
Shoot, baby, let me make a buck. And then I'll spend that buck on you.
Dang.
You don't want them bucks?
I don't know.
But no, like for sure, like so when I was in my early teens, I told y'all about like working at Lowe's, right? And there was that guy who had my pictures, right? I was very promiscuous back then. I was doing the most, you know what I'm saying? But I was doing the most because I wanted to get what I wanted. You know what I mean? But do I do that now? No. When our friend invited us to her house for pool parties, didn't I just wear regular clothing? Because I had nobody to show off in front of. I thought it was just the friends. But your
I
coworkers
don't
too?
know.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like friends, coworkers should be the same level of like, why are you getting naked in front of them?
That's what I'm saying. Like why is she so naked in front of her coworkers? You know what I mean? Unless she's trying to show something off. Unless she's trying to impress somebody. I get where his suspicions are, but I can't help but believe that, one, if that context was there in the first place, I would have wondered more about it before, and maybe I wouldn't have been so, like, ready to call him such an asshole. But, like, I don't really know. I'm kind of, like, in the mix here, but ultimately, I know it's him doing something stupid. Like, he seems like he's conveying what he wants in the post. Why can't you just tell your wife? You know what I mean? Why can't you tell your wife what you're feeling? But every time you seem to talk to her, you start a big fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or is she starting a fight with you because she's trying to hide her tracks? See?
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens, and because he was cutting up in the comment
Well, yeah,
section.
you said he got banned for it.
Yeah.
So what did he say?
So apparently, in the comment section, he was talking about all the kinds of clothes she wears, and he was being really, and there was a lot of animosity dripping in his comments, much like how I said that I was clocking him for sounding like a whiny frat boy bitch, right? He was being that in the comment section. So I really believe that he needs to go to therapy or something, because what if it is truly that when he gets like maybe he gets like fight or flighty, not fight or flight, like lol, the shits and gigs podcast. Anyway, but like what I mean by that is like, what if whenever he does brace, or what is it called, bristle, what about when he does bristle, maybe he like jumps to just being an asshole, right? But that doesn't give him an excuse. I don't know.
Right, you're still just an asshole.
Yeah. But that's also like, I was trying to equate it to like test anxiety. Like he thought about this post, he wrote it out in a measured way, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
like in the moment, he just
Yeah,
can't
like in the moment
convey it.
he has a hard time conveying it, but at the same time, that's why I was like, why wouldn't you just show her the
Yeah,
post then?
just write that
Why
in
wouldn't
a
you
text.
write this? Like, he's like Tina Belcher, he's better on paper than he is in person. You know what I'm saying? But like, I would like to know, like, am I giving him too much leeway? Most likely, because Team Bear all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a pool party at my job recently, and I would have pulled out a black swimsuit. I don't want to be naked in front of those people. I don't know. It's gross. Anyway, it's gross. Do you want to be naked in front of your coworkers?
No, you're my coworker.
Well, what about your friends though? Like, you just went and hung out with your buddies. Would you want to be naked in front of them like that?
No.
No. Would y'all? I mean, like, and also, like, the more I think about it, it's like not like I keep thinking about like, why would you be like that in front of your coworkers? Because like, there's a whole reason in my Discord server that we even have the 18 plus channel is to protect people if they don't want to see that kind of stuff. Yeah, the comments are a really mixed bag on that one. I'm just gonna drop it because I'll be reading these comments all night. But I really want to know because they really were pretty mixed. There were men and women who were saying, yes, good job for being fucking proud of your body. Hell the fuck yes, bro. Because I got two titties in different states right now, okay? Like, but I get it. I respect it, right? And I think it's beautiful that you love yourself. But like, I don't know, man. In front of coworkers is just throwing me for a loop big time. But all right, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
All right, Slap was like barely hanging on, but we do have one more story that I want to read, and this shit was crazy. Like I don't think I read this on Reddit Rainbow yet, but I can't wait to hear what y'all think about this one. Let's grab, if you haven't re-upped already, Slap and I
We
re-upped.
just re-upped.
So let's jump into this story called "My 28 female boyfriend's 30 male ex hid a note about his cleaning slash dating habits right before they broke up that I just found. How do I talk to him about cleaning habits without him feeling like I'm using his ex's words against him?" Throwaway because I don't want my boyfriend to find this. I posted this elsewhere but thought this subreddit could help too. I, 28 female, and my boyfriend, 30 male, who we'll call Steve. Steve. Have been together for 2 years and have been living together for 8 months. I was cleaning our apartment when I found a note in the back of the cabinet. For context's sake, I will copy it below. Dear Steve's future girlfriend. Fuck, bro. I know it's you reading this because he never cleaned back here. I'm putting this here because I'm leaving him soon and I wanted to warn you about him. He will not clean, he will not listen, and he will make everything feel like it's your fault. It's not your fault. He's just an incompetent man. I'm leaving him. I suggest you do the same. Best wishes, Natalia. Name change. Wow, that's shocking. I'm sorry.
So that she's lived there 8 months. And how long were they dating before she moved in? 2 years.
We've been together for 2 years,
So
and I've been living together for 8 months.
That note's been there 2 years, just waiting.
Also, where was it?
In the back of a cupboard or a cabinet. Back of a cabinet. Just behind some shit.
I think in when I was a kid, my mom would force us, like, my mom was like mad OCD, so like she would make us like clean out all the cabinets like maybe like once a month. I think it was more than that. I'm pretty sure it was like every week.
I feel like that's a spring cleaning kind of thing.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure my mom was like, you need to make sure there's no trash in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, So basically, if she couldn't see the floor of it, she would make you clean it out, basically. But anyway, all right. Anyway, um, I read the note and brought it to show him and hear his response. He immediately ripped it up. That's a red flag. He immediately ripped it up and said, "Don't listen to her. She's crazy and untrustworthy." Big ass red flags. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. No. Because as soon as they call their exes crazy without any context, nah. Mm-mm. I
Nah,
told,
just like, oh, my ex, yeah, she's crazy, just like that.
yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, don't believe anything she says. She's fucking crazy. Don't believe her. She's crazy. Oh, Cake. Cake upset, bro. She was like, let go of my
She thought you
dad.
were talking about her,
Stupid bitch. No,
because she is crazy.
you a stupid crazy bitch. What are you?
You weird.
She is being weird. Cake, is this you?
Okay, it's her.
She's going like. Anyway, I told him that the fact that he hasn't found it in 5 years
5.
since
Oh.
they broke up is a red flag to me, because it does mean that he's never cleaned back there and that he has been cleaning less and less since I moved in. He told me that it wasn't a problem before the note. This is just his ex continuing to manipulate and ruin his life, and I was letting it work.
Oh my god.
We continued to argue along the same lines, and I eventually left to spend the night at a friend's house. Steve has been a great boyfriend so far. He gets along with my family. He has given me gifts and flowers, the bare minimum. He always tells me how much he loves me, the bare minimum. Men are literally competing with 0 things. Women like their peace.
What?
You don't have to try this. Women. I heard recently that men have literally nothing to compete with. Women are choosing their own solitude and their own peace. If you can't even get over her peace, like, the bar is nothing. It's not other dudes. It's not this, that, and the third. It's literally herself and her happiness alone, right? And if you can't fucking make a girl happy, bro. He bought flowers, but he couldn't clean. That's all I'm trying to say. He was buying flowers. He gets along with her family. That's like bare minimum shit.
Like, wow, you can interact in society without making everyone hate you. That's
Right.
amazing, dude. You're a great guy. Nobody can do that.
Anyway, I feel like maybe I was like too early with my anger. It's just
Yeah,
kind of,
calm down.
it was just kind
No,
of
it's
shocking how we
okay.
just suddenly
He's
jumped
been
on her.
He's been a great boyfriend so far. Hold on.
Like, that bitch ain't that crazy
on.
because why you pop off like that, yo? I'm sorry. So maybe I turned up a little too early, and I'm sorry. Anyway, so he gives me gifts and flowers. He's not wrong that the cleaning really hasn't been brought up before. The note made me realize it had been less and less, and that we needed to have a full conversation. He texted me afterwards saying he's sorry that I felt like, okay. He's sorry that I felt like I had to. I'm sorry you feel that way. Anyway, he's sorry that I felt like I had to leave, but that it's an asshole move for me to take a note over our 2-year relationship and to leave him and our pets alone. I don't know what to do or what to believe right now. I'm contemplating trying to reach out to Natalia. Her real life name is pretty unique, so I think I could find her. Steve thinks I should come back home and let it go, that his past shouldn't affect our future. I feel like I could be the asshole because everything Steve has said about Natalia does make it sound like she was manipulative and petty throughout their relationship, but now I don't know what to trust. Edit, I realized I didn't clarify enough about the cleaning, so I'll add it here. When we moved in together 8 months ago, the cleaning was 50-50. Since then, he's been doing things less and less, and I'd say it's more like 70-30, maybe 60-40. If he listens to me right away, and it depends on the week, wow. I have to remind him to do things like bring his plates to the sink or take out the trash, and I didn't have to before. The dishes will pile up unless I do them, to the point where he's had leftover food mold on the plates. Nah. I'm not a he was putting on a front. He was putting on a show when he moved in, bro. I'm not a confrontational person, so I was just asking him to fix it when it came up. The note made me reflect on it more and try to have an actual full conversation. And I will say, I didn't feel listened to when I talked to him about it. So her note is coming true then. So he's not listening. Wow. I tried to use the note to start the conversation, and he got so stuck that I was listening to his ex instead of him that he wouldn't even listen to what I think are valid concerns. He thinks I'm letting the note have confirmation bias, so no matter what he says, I'll think he's in the wrong. What the fuck? Did you stretch? Or you're not Simone Biles. You can't stretch like
Jesus.
that. Like that sounds
It makes,
insane.
I feel like I need to stretch now. Like,
Right?
I need to go
Like
on that level of just.
was that mediocrity? Like what even is that? Like Olympic level brain stretch? Anyway. Also, I didn't leave him permanently. All this happened yesterday. Oh my god. And I only spent one night at a friend's house because I didn't feel like our conversation was going anywhere last night. And he wouldn't let me go to sleep until I let it go.
No.
It sounds like you were trying to go to sleep. When you wake people up to fight with them, that's, to me, psychological abuse, okay? Because you need to let me get my sleep. Otherwise, how can I be rested enough to fight you? Like, that's how it feels at that point. You know what I'm saying? Don't wake me up to fight. That's crazy because my ex used to do that shit to me. It says she's going back today, but she wanted to get advice and feedback before I do. I do appreciate all the comments with advice. I'm heading back to our place now. My plan is to first apologize for immediately bringing him the note without thinking of his feelings and validate that it's hard to have an ex's message found. I guess.
I feel like that's what you should do. Be like, yo, I found this note from
Yeah,
your ex.
like I don't want to feel like I'm hiding it from
Right.
you, because what if it does escalate? What if she does start watching him, right? And then she realizes that he really isn't listening. He really won't clean. You know what I mean? Like, and then she reaches out to this Natalia person after she's been watching him, and then she tries to talk to him about it, right? And then she'll be like, hey, like 3 months ago, you've been conspiring against me for 3 fucking months.
Why didn't
Like,
you
you know
just
what
show
I'm
me
saying?
the note?
Why didn't you just show me now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you're not gonna win, honey. This is a narcissist. Is this a narcissist, or is
Could be.
I don't know actually. But I know he's a piece of
Suspected
shit.
narcissist.
I know he's a piece of fucking shit. That's what I know. Anyway, that being said, you're all right that I've been letting the cleaning stuff get away. I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to ask repeatedly to clean. It was pointed out to me that he should have cleaned the shelves during his move from his ex's place. The fact that it hasn't been touched in 5 years is forcing me to take the note seriously. I don't want to throw away 2 years, so I am going to ask him to come up with some clear cleaning expectations with me and designated chores. Guarantee you'll never even make it to that conversation. He's going to fight you about quite literally anything and everything else. I mean, he's like a child, like our son. Whenever he gets in trouble, he has to go to timeout, or he gets grounded because he didn't do his fucking homework. You know what I'm saying? He just stands there. He's just like, and you try to be patient and you try to talk to him and you want to talk to him, you want him to understand that you're not mad and all this other shit, but then the kid wants what he wants. He doesn't want to go to his room, so he's going to stand there and keep asking you stupid questions and hoping that you're going to keep responding. And we are good parents and we keep doing that. But at what point do we put our feet down and be like, honey, I've explained this to you, it's time to go to your room now? You know what I'm saying? Go to bed, take a nap, read a book. You're in trouble now. You know what I'm saying? When do you put your foot down? When do you put your foot down with your boyfriend?
Why
I'm
do you
talking
have
about my
to?
son.
Right.
I'm talking about my 8-year-old son. And this dude and my 8-year-old son are very parallel. That's a lot, bro. Anyway. I don't want to wait. Hold on. I will make it clear that his cleaning, hold on. I will make it clear that cleaning is absolutely a deal breaker for me. It's his decision on how he wants to respond. update. This must be the first update because I'm pretty sure there's more after this. I followed your advice from the last post and tried to have a calm conversation with Steve. When I apologized for confronting him with the note, he seemed to take that as an admission of guilt and refused to listen to anything else like many of you suggested. Oh my God. He said that I was using lists just like his manipulative. But like the whole list thing, so them coming to you organized was too much for you.
Like, whoa.
It's like Kamala. Remember they said that she
Why would
cheated
you-
at the debate because she was prepared.
Why would you be ready to talk to me about an issue? How could you do that?
How could you? What is like saboteur? Saboteur. Anyway, so they said, God damn, bro. Anyway, so yeah, crazy X thing you all said was a red flag was definitely true. Okay. When I realized the conversation wasn't going anywhere, he tried to block me from nope. Block me from leaving. That's when I knew it was done and left immediately. 2 years down the drain, but I'm glad that I had the wake up call before it was too late. And how, if I'm being honest with you, because you were already making excuses. You were already like ready to say it was all your fault. You did say it was all your fault,
Right.
and then he
And
took
tried to apologize.
and then you give a mouse a fucking cookie. How many times do I say that at my job? If you give a mouse a cookie, then he'll ask for a glass of milk. I don't even know what happens after that. I don't even know if that's the right word, but that's what I always say to my people, my trainees. But y'all, she gave him that space, and he took full advantage. Fuck him, dude. Anyway, I'll let him cool off, and then I'll ask my brother to come with me to grab my things while he's not there. He has a strict work schedule, so I think it'll work out. I'm planning on leaving a note here, but probably a little longer with advice to not show it to him. Damn, is he gonna keep getting got by his ex-girlfriends?
That would be insane. And I don't.
All he has to do is change. All he has to do is clean.
He's not gonna.
Do you think he would? Do you think he would clean now?
Like after she leaves?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Damn. All right, so I'll let him cool off, and I'll ask my brother to get my shit while I'm out, or he's out. I'm leaving it in the exact same place. So if he doesn't learn his lesson about cleaning, it will come to haunt him. All he has to do is clean. Why? All I had to do was read ahead. Anyway, the biggest surprise out of all of this is that I didn't reach out to Natalia. She reached out to me. Apparently, he borrowed his friend's phone to call her screaming. That why did I? I did. Okay. Why does he still remember? Why was it so easy for him to do that? Like, how was he able to punch it up so fast? You know what I'm saying? Because she has him blocked. How often does he go looking for her? Psycho. Anyway, so he borrowed his friend's phone and then called her. Ugh, horror. The fact that she had blocked him and he still had her. If I only just would read more. The fact that she had him blocked and he still had her number memorized just further confirms that he was the crazy ex and not her. Natalia found me on social media and wanted to make sure that I was okay and was especially concerned that he'd gaslight me like he did with her. I thanked her for leaving me the note and saving me the time. We scheduled coffee for Thursday. Ooh. Also, ooh, no, I'm kidding. But seriously, I'm excited. I wanted to thank you all again for the advice, especially the person who posted the Love is Respect website. I took the healthy relationship quiz after our conversation, and it wasn't great. You called out how he was weaning me into an unhealthy relationship so well, truly. For now, my friend said I could stay until I find a new place. I have emergency savings and a decent job, so I'm in a privileged place when it comes to this messy breakup, and I'm just trying to feel grateful for that. Just posted my final update separately. Thank you all for coming. Or thank you all for everything.
As you can tell by my original post, I like to do things right away. It was definitely a mistake to bring in the note right away, but doing the things I did this morning right away was not a mistake as it allowed me to save my pets.
Oh.
I don't think it was a mistake in the first place. First, I want to respond to the comment saying I broke up a 2-year relationship over a note and chores. No, I broke up a 2-year relationship because when I tried to come up with solutions to an unequal situation, his response was to yell and try to convince me there was no problem except me.
Also, the fact that people can't even like grasp that.
Right. The final straw was when he physically blocked me from leaving the house after he was screaming at me. That's not okay, and no one should stay with a man who responds to conflict like that. I wound up texting the post to Natalia last night, and she thought it was great. She, like some of you, asked me about the pets. For context, one of the things Steve and I are connected on was our love for little creatures. It's
It's so interesting.
so interesting. It's why I thought he was such a great guy, because if he could take such intricate care of his lizard, he could do the same with me.
Okay,
I'm a little lizard.
I was thinking like, oh, do they be like squirrel watching, like little cutesies? Like, I thought it was something like that. Anyway.
Lizard.
Well, like I was thinking, like it was like funny to me because like how can this raging asshole love squirrels? Like that's what I was like thinking. This dude sounds like a jerk, but he likes squirrels. All right.
I was very wrong. He had one lizard he bought before me, and then he had one lizard he bought before me, and then we bought 2 frogs together. I have a snake I've brought with me when I moved in. I was planning on waiting until he cooled down to go grab my things and the frogs and the snake, thinking he would never hurt them, but Natalia changed my mind. She said he could get destructive when he's mad and was concerned about the safety of my little guys. I immediately knew I couldn't wait until later this week and reached out for a meeting with the landlord for early this morning.
Oh my gosh.
I wound up FaceTiming with Natalia last night and we had a long discussion. Natalia is a lawyer and told me that in our state, landlords are required to let me get out of the lease I signed in case of domestic violence. She also told me that his yelling, gaslighting, and refusing to let me leave are all types of abuse.
Right.
It's definitely hard for me to sit with that, but the Love is Respect relationship quiz helped me also realize that a bit more last night. Apparently, his constant messaging and control over what I wore and when were signs of abuse too.
Good gosh. It just keeps getting worse. And also, I'm tired of y'all not putting all the context in here. We have to know everything, guys.
Why don't you immediately tell me everything?
Just tell me
about
just
everything?
mind meld. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Anyway, this morning Natalia volunteered to come talk to the landlord with me alongside my brother. As soon as he heard the word lawyer, he was on top of it and said I could break the lease, but would still have to pay for all of August even though I'm leaving 3 days early. I felt like that was fair. He also messaged Steve to say the apartment needed to be empty for emergency maintenance all day today so I could pack my things. Steve messaged back that he was at work all day and wouldn't be home until 6. When I got to the apartment, it was a mess. He'd broken my dishes that I had brought with me on the ground and left the shards laying about. My clothes were ripped up and scattered around our room. It was disgusting and heartbreaking. He left his lizard alone, but opened the tank doors for our frogs and my snake. Luckily, the frogs were still chilling in their enclosure, but my snake had gotten loose. This made me the most mad, as he could have gotten cut on the broken plates.
Okay.
I feel so fortunate that she was just hiding in the closet corner and I was able to pack her up safely in her enclosure again. All my things were packed, and I'm writing this as my brother drives me back to my friend's house right now.
Oh my gosh.
This is live action news.
That is crazy though. Like, why did he open them though? You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't readily take them out. I wonder if he didn't readily take them out because they would have hurt him. Like, can frogs hurt you? Can they secrete things that would hurt you if they
Some
feel
of them.
threatened? Well, we don't know what kind of frogs they
Right.
have, but the snake, I bet you, would have definitely hurt him if he was reaching for her like that. How does anybody have snakes? What happens with snakes? Like, can they feel your feelings?
Only if you're a Slytherin.
Only if you're a Slytherin. But no, for real, like, do snakes also, like, do they feel your energy? Like, if he had if he was like throwing stuff, breaking glass, you know what I'm saying? If he was doing that and he like maybe opened the cage to like maybe throw her or something, do you
Ooh.
think that maybe he like opened the cage and she was like hissed at him or something, and he like backed off, and then he was like, fine, I'll open the frogs too, you know what I mean? Like, but froggies are gonna froggy, you know what I mean? They're just gonna fucking chill most of the time.
Latalia told me that she actually left 3 notes, one in the cabinet, one on the underside of the vacuum, and one in the crumb catcher of the toaster.
So I wonder, maybe they were using her appliances, because how come she didn't see those either? You know what I
Right.
mean?
While we were there, we checked to see if the notes were still there. The one on the vacuum was, but it looks like Steve did clean out the crumb catcher at least once in the past 5 years.
So he had, so
He
what?
found one of them.
Oh, he didn't say nothing. Dang.
Natalia and I left the vacuum note as is and replaced the cabinet one. I wasn't comfortable leaving my name on a new note, so my addition was a handout on healthy versus unhealthy relationships and a QR code to the quiz that woke me up. I'll put it in the comments. I'm not sure if I can have an outside link. Natalia said if he didn't find the notes in those 5 years, especially after a move, he probably won't find them again. Especially given he did find one, but then didn't even clean the rest of the house to see if there was any more.
Right. That's like so shocking to me. And like, so it makes me think that maybe he will this time though, because now that's twice.
That makes me think he won't still. Steve doesn't make sense to me, and seeing the state of the apartment really woke me up to the fact that I have no idea who he is. The Steve I knew would never put animals in danger, but I don't think I really ever knew Steve.
That's
Yeah.
so sad.
To people saying it's pathetic that I broke up my relationship because of chores and Reddit, I encourage you to reflect on the subtle ways that abuse starts. This Reddit thread woke me up to it and gave me the resources to get out safely before it got any worse. I also made an appointment for a therapist. I'm very lucky that my job has good insurance, so I should be able to work through this relationship, and I'm hoping to focus on my boundaries and my people-pleasing habits so I never find myself in this situation again.
Good for you, P.
Yeah. To the people wishing that Natalia and I would get together, we had a good laugh about it.
I playfully thought, you know.
Natalia is engaged to a wonderful man who cleans, listens, and reflects. She's,
Nice.
She said there's a phenomenon that when people break up with their awful ex, their soulmate can quickly follow. I'm hoping that this is true. Regardless, I do think I got a good friend out of this, especially since Natalia is a snake mom, too. This is my final update.
Also, it's funny that he dated 2 women who were snake moms.
That's probably why
He's got a type.
It's probably the only reason people talk to him is about his lizard. That's why he takes care of it.
Oh, do you think that he's the kind of guy who brings his lizard? Oh, he's like those dudes who bring their dogs everywhere with them, hoping that women will talk to them. Oh, no. Also, I was thinking, maybe it's good to know that they have different kind of pets because you got to like know if you want to be into that. Like, I'd be cool with like a lizard or something, but I might not be okay with a snake depending on what it was. Or what if you keep like spooters or bugs or something? I might have like, you know, you have frogs, you have to feed the frogs. You have to feed the snakes. I don't know if I could handle that. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's honestly like a really good like um vetting process, but too bad you fucking suck. Anyway.
This is my final update. I hope if you learn anything from my experience, it's that abuse doesn't start right away. First, there's love bombing, gifts, and pretty words. And then slowly they test how much you'll put up with. You should never have to put up with anything, especially moldy freaking plates. Too Long didn't read. After ending things due to his behavior, Steve destroyed our apartment and let my snake loose, but I was able to get off the lease and my things with Natalia's help. Now I'm safe and looking for a new place to live.
So this person says like it freaks them out, like thinking like you can like date someone for years and not know what kind of person they are. Oh man, I read the scariest story today. If you want to hear about it in the Discord channel, it is quite graphic. Excuse me. she she like clawed directly in between my legs onto my chair. But anyway, it's a piece of cakey. It's a piece of cakey. So I saw like a really scary post of like that same thing happening. Is like someone was friends with someone for years and then they just faced like the ultimate betrayal. If you want me to tell you what story it was in the Reddit, in the Discord, join the Discord. I will. Wow,
You're a little
cakers,
brat,
you
bitch.
are being so rude right
All
now.
right.
But like, if you want me to link that story, I will. But it is quite triggering. If I'm being totally honest with you, it's messed up. But, and I'll tell you about it later. And then it says he didn't have a choice, most likely, to clean out the crumb catcher because the like paper and the crumbs would have started smoking at some point. It's just like crazy to me. Like, you knew there was one. Maybe that's why he flipped out so bad because he had already found the one and there's another
Oh,
one.
you're probably right.
I bet you that's
So
probably
knew
why he freaked out
exactly
so
what it
bad.
said immediately.
Or knew what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. And then if anybody wanted to know what kind of snake it was, she said she has a western hog nose and she's really cute. Her name is Raspberry because she's pink in color. Well, how cute. I'm not sure if I'll put a picture up there because I know my sister and my mother are both afraid of snakes. And even though, like, shockingly, I'm not afraid of snakes, I know a lot of people are. So I'm not going to do that to y'all. But anyway, this person says, I love how they're just chores when they're a reason for breaking up, but not just chores when they're the only fucking thing we need you to do to change, right? Y'all are fucking crazy. All right, and that's the end of that story. I wanted to like talk a little more about like gray rocking. Do y'all know what gray rocking is? Do you know what gray rocking is?
Is where you like don't respond.
Yes. So I saw a post just recently and it was just like somebody posted a meme talking to women who were married to conservative men, okay? Because we're getting into the holidays, which also means we're getting into voting season, okay? So there's somebody posted a meme and I'll find it and send it to Slap for editing, you know, during editing. But it was like all of these like different talking points on how to safely get away from your conservative husband, your conservative boyfriend, just like tactics to keep yourself safe. And if you need to get away and sneak away and vote, which is very scary by itself, right? The fact that you even have to sneak away from your husband just to vote for your best interests. Why does your husband want you to vote away from your best interests? You know what I'm saying? That alone is just terrifying. But one of the skills was gray rocking. Shocking that a lot of people did not even know what gray rocking is. So I just wanted to like maybe, you know, just take a quick minute and just like talk about it, you know? Like if you I know the holidays are coming, voting season is coming, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be around a lot of people we don't want to fucking be around, okay? I myself always default to if I don't want to, I'm not gonna fucking go. And you can't guilt trip me into fucking going, okay? But if you are a person who's still trying to work on those boundaries and you're just trying to do what you can to keep the peace while you can, gray rock. Gray fucking rock. All it means is just to not return the energy. I gave them a specific example and people started liking the fuck out of my comment. I was just like, here's an example of gray rocking. I think your clothes are ugly. Thank you for telling me. And just, that's it. Just walk away. Just walk away. It's zero energy. You just respond to them. You respond mildly, plainly, politely, maybe not even that politely, just conversationally, right?
matter of fact.
Just matter of factly, like just very plainly, just say thank you for telling me and just walk the fuck away. That's what gray rocking is never returning their energy. They're poking and prodding you. All right, I'll get on that. Thank you. It's really hard to get there, but you will get there. And in fact, I think that you'll be better once you start gray rocking if you haven't already. I want to hear what y'all have to say about gray rocking, and I just want y'all to be so safe out there. I thought people were laughing at that meme like it was funny, like, but it's really concerning that you feel like you have to hide from your husband just to vote for your best interest, and the fact that your husband wants you to vote against your best interest is big upsetting. That's scary. And I didn't even think about that being something that they had to deal with. Like, I figured that they would just go vote. I didn't think that their husbands would be like watching over their shoulders,
Right.
making sure that they voted for Trump or something, right? And I know, and y'all know I'm being serious because I never say that fuck's name. So I want y'all to be safe. Please be safe out there. Gray rock. And if you have other tips and tricks that are outside of the meme that I hopefully will have here, then that too, okay? All right, and then just one more thing. I just want y'all to be so safe out there. I love you guys so, so much. And I really appreciate y'all just giving us a little space while we're trying to get our schedule back down packed. And I just love you guys so much for that. I'm ready to play Tony Hawk's Underground now.
She's speed running it.
I'm gonna learn how. So I think like my fastest time in Tony Hawk's Underground is 4 hours, and I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'm pretty sure that it's 30 minutes. And you know what? In fact, we looked up the speed run record and it is about 30 minutes. I know I can play that game in 30 minutes, but a bitch be excited about the music that's playing. And maybe I want to get them extra long combos. And maybe sometimes the cutscenes are fucking hilarious. The nut vendors. He was trying to knock out the competition. And then we had to feed the guards nuts, steaming hot nuts. That shit is funny. That shit was so funny, and it's still funny. It's problematic sometimes, but it's very funny. Anyway, and the soundtrack is incredible. So if you see me going live and I just start singing random parts of the song, mind your business. I love that part of the song, okay? All right, guys, I'm done. Be safe. We love you so much. I hope you had a good time. I hope you're high as fuck right now. And also link in bio so that you can get your own vibes and delights. And also link in bio because Halloween and the holidays are coming and it's time to change out our jewelry. And I got a new code for that. And every time you click that code, I get paid too. So let's get paid together, okay? Let's get you some savings and let's give me some money, okay? All right. I love you guys. I love you guys.